Welcome back to the channel, guys. And well, yes guys, the all new upcoming Ferrari F250 hypercar, of course codenamed the F250, and of course this is the proper Laferrari Successor, guys. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, of course after a decade of that legendary car coming and going, we are getting its proper successor. And from the initial expectations, it's already a piece of shit. Of course, I am treating that in a way of the powertrain, not its looks, because it properly looks monstrous and beastly, but on the inside it's beastly. And of course I'll get to that, starting off with the fact that of course it is inbound for its proper unveiling in October, right after the unveiling of the all new McLaren P18, either P16 is right on point with both of them. And of course stay tuned for my next video, because that will be on the all new McLaren P18. But of course on this video we'll be focusing on the F250, and of course starting off with its looks, it does look really monstrous. Some dual S ducts in the front, and of course the S duct which properly came out and properly debuted on the 488 pista completely helps in downforce by increasing it by around 18% and up, and on top of that properly reduces drag as well. And of course that has been carried on from the 488 pista further on onto the SF90XX, and it has made its way on to the F250, and which of course guys is the code name. It is not the proper name of the LAF successor, but nevertheless the dual S ducts, the complete big square piece in the front, which is actually the complete radar and the complete vents, the complete flat headlights, and on top of that butterfly doors as per usual, with the roof part also coming off with the door similar to what has been carried on from the Enzo to the LAF and onto the all new F250. And of course you go towards the back, you see quite a proper interesting design of a complete active aero rear wing, because as you guys can see in its standard mode it is completely flush with the bodywork, other than the fact of the sides, because of course there has to be a little bit of gap. But in the specific mode, that itself shows that there are multiple different settings to the eye. And of course seeing as the fact that it's got dual S ducts on the front, a complete contour body, a complete proper massive diffuser, a complete very interesting active aero rear wing, that points to the fact that this is going to be a proper track worthy beast. And of course with a proper singular exhaust on the back as well, similar to what you can find in the 296, and a massive diffuser on its own, i.e. aero and downforce playing a massive part. But coming back to the 296, that is exactly what the hitch is with this car, guys, because we are going from what was a complete 6.3 liter NA V12 powered beast of a car, i.e. the LaFerrari, to a 2.9 liter twin turbo V6 powered F250. Yes guys, you heard me right, this is literally getting the 2.9 liter twin turbo V6 from the 296, of course, which was also used in the 499 PLM-DH, but nevertheless it could very much be a detuned variant of the 499P. But nevertheless guys, I do not give a single okay, let's be honest, because from a proper V12 we are properly being upgraded to a complete V6. I mean, in what world is that even an upgrade? I mean, Ferrari at this point should know what they're doing wrong, and well, it turns out that they don't, because in recent views we have been seeing that they've properly been screwing up in terms of designs, in terms of cars. Of course a major proper issue being the 12 Cilindri, which of course has more cylinders, which is basically the flagship supercar, and this is bound to be their flagship hyper, and this is going to have half the amount of cylinders of that of their complete flagship supercar. I mean, in what world is that even a good thing? And of course Ferrari somehow will still gain traction with their customers, because of course the Ferrari proper clientele are properly all on a whole other level to even get on their complete VVIP list or whatever they want to do. But nevertheless, coming back to the fact guys, I mean, a V6 as a V12 powered LaFerrari successor, and I mean it makes no sense whatsoever guys. And although it has been nicknamed the Piccolo V12, the only car that sounds anything close to V12 is the 296, and I mean I severely doubt it will get that much of a complete hyperbole. And of course reportedly from the spotters who have spotted this very proper prototype, including one other, have said that it does not sound anywhere or anything similar to that of the 296, including the fact that it is going to be a proper burbly sound, indicating the fact that it could very much be a complete detuned version of the 499P LMDH's V6 variant. But nevertheless over 1000 horsepower is the expected output, of course, from a hybrid powertrain. But nevertheless guys, we are getting a twin turbo 2.9 liter V6 as a successor powertrain to the legendary NA V12 powered LaFerrari. I mean, that on its own is a major disappointment, and whatever expectations were there have severely properly taken a brutal hit, although it may look as monstrous as it does, with some proper vents over the complete deck lid to of course most probably expunge off the heat from the engine. Some very interesting designs, and with the fact that it properly is coming from, of course I'm judging this right off of the looks, I am able to see that it is very much a way more proper track worthy weapon than that of the LaFerrari, but nevertheless, it is still a massive hit that we are not getting a V12 as its main internal combustion engine part. But nevertheless, guys, I mean, they are literally just screwing up, and this is literally just joining that long line of screw ups by Ferrari. And along with the fact that their flagship supercar has more cylinders than that of their flagship hyper, I mean, that has got to be a joke of a complete thing to even happen. Yet here we are completely living it, because we are literally just going to see it in a matter of months completely take fruit. But nevertheless, guys, what do you think? In terms of the looks, as I've said, it does look really monstrous, really beautiful and monstrous. A proper track-worthy beast on its own, comfort body, of course. And on top of that, some very beautiful distinct designs. And of course, a couple cues taken from the Daytona SP3, a couple from the 296. But nevertheless, some very interesting pieces, especially behind the door on its own. Actually, that is very much a part of the door, such that you can see the proper outline of the door. That part is very much a part of the door. It's right above the window and towards the end of it, and that most likely is a vent, or that is properly shadowing a vent. But nevertheless, everything will come to fruition in a bit, and we'll get to know all the proper information in no time. But nevertheless, guys, what do you think? I mean, a V6 as a successor powertrain in terms of the internal combustion engine to a proper V12 powered F250 precursor, which is none other than a legendary LaFerrari, guys. I mean, wow, that has literally got to get Enzo rolling in his grave. But nevertheless, guys, what do you think? Comment below. And of course, guys, that 2.9 liter twin turbo V6 is in fact mounted in a 120-degree V angle, which completely lowers the center of gravity as well as completely increases the space of the complete engine compartment. And of course, that also enables a hot V setup, meaning the turbochargers are mounted inside the engine, thereby, as I said, completely giving it a lower center of gravity, and as well as completely increasing the engine compartment space. But of course, guys, it is still speculative as to what the proper battery complete package will be, because it could very much be a single motor or a complete triple motor setup akin to that of the SF90, which of course it has to beat in terms of power, because if it doesn't, well, that's going to be an even more bigger joke than the 12 Cilindri having more cylinders than that of the all-new F250. But nevertheless, guys, if you ask me, it is most likely going to be a complete triple motor setup, because of course it has to beat the power output of that of the complete SF90, or even further on the SF90XX, 1030 horsepower from that to be precise. And of course, it has already been confirmed that this is most definitely going to make well over 1000 horsepower, and there are even multiple sources that are saying that it may even make well over 1200. But nevertheless, that fact is not yet confirmed. But nevertheless, rumors are still out there. But nevertheless, guys, October is just around the corner, and I don't know if I should look forward to it. And well, guys, I mean, the all new so-called beastly and the so-called worthy successor to that of the legendary LaFerrari is just around the corner. Well, what do you guys think? Comment below. And of course, thanks for watching. Remember to that sub button and click the bell to ensure don't miss out on any future videos. Thanks for watching. I see ya.